Have you ever been in a situation where you would plan to get something in your life, you plan to achieve something in your life, and then you worked really, really hard to get that, and you expected a certain feeling from that? You expected that feeling of success. And maybe when you got that, you felt really good in that moment. But then, soon enough, that feeling just seemed to disappear, and it didn't last. So then you feel, well, I've got to get something more now. So the upgraded version, like some people will get a new phone and they think they'll feel really good, and they do for a short while, and then that feeling goes away. So then they've got to get the next phone, or it could be a car, or it could be money. Now, I found myself in that situation many years ago when I was in the corporate world. I started off in a regular job in the fitness world, and then I started working 60 to 80 hours a week. And in that time, I thought, if I can just get to this level, then I'll have made it. But I actually had two nervous breakdowns in the process. And then when I finally got to the level, then I thought, this is it. This is success. I actually felt so exhausted and empty. And I felt really good for a very brief moment in time. But then that feeling quickly went away. And I found myself, when I've been to these group meetings and listened to these gurus, and I found no matter what I did when I was focusing on that, I'll be happy when I get this external thing in my life. I did feel good for a brief moment in time, but like any drug, what goes up must come down. And over the years, I found myself working with a whole variety of people who've been doing the same. It could be in their career. It could be to amass wealth. It could be to amass popularity. And they get there hoping to feel that way, hoping to feel successful. But unfortunately, what comes after it is a heavy crash. And then they feel worse than they did before. But then they're chasing the next high. And it's this almost like a cat chasing a laser. And then they jump on it thinking they've achieved it. And then they lift their paws up only to find it's not there. In a moment, we're going to go and take it to the screen. And this is simply called the difference between success and not success. And so I'm going to explain it through with a visual metaphor, which will be a lot easier to understand. So with all that said, let's now take a look at the difference between success and not success. The content or information in these videos is for educational and informational purposes only. Well, I'm successful if I reach the top of my career. I'm successful if I become a millionaire. I'm successful if I can run an ultra marathon. But actually, none of those, although they are great achievements, none of those are actually success. Success is an accomplishment of well-balanced goals, aims, or outcomes. Well-balanced. You see, if you achieve one thing to the detriment of everything else in your life, that may be something that you want to achieve, but it's not balanced. So something's going to give. So success is an accomplishment of well-balanced goals, aims, or outcomes. And I'm going to show you a metaphor here. Now you got this little turtle. It's on a beach. It's going towards the ocean. Now, the turtle might not look mega cool. It might not look mega dynamic. It might not have 1 million followers on some form of social media. But its aim is to get to the ocean. Now, the ocean covers the entire globe. So once the turtle is in the ocean, it can go wherever it wants, wherever it chooses. It's literally got the world as its option. Now, obviously, there's going to be limits like time. It's going to take time to get from place to place. And there are also threats as well. The turtle could be in danger at certain times. But they are to be navigated around. But the message here is that once the turtle's in the ocean, it's got the whole world to explore. Now, success is not doing things that look cool, especially for social approval. Now, I found this image and it couldn't represent not success any clearer. Now, at first, this might look really cool. And if this lady was in a circus and she was doing a quick performance as entertainment for the crowd, then fantastic. But this is not a long-term strategy for success, because let's look at this a bit deeper. Number one, she is now besides the fact that she's got amazing flexibility and strength, she is now at the top of the ladder. Now, she's doing that to impress other people. Where's she going to go? There is nowhere else for her to go. She's at the top of the ladder, so she's only going to have to come back down. Also, she's climbing the ladder in high heels. Not the most safest thing to do. She's also got her hair flame red, and it looks like it's took hours to make it look like that. But she's got a bowler hat. What's she going to do with a hat? If she puts it on her head, it's going to destroy her hair that took a lot of time and preparation to make it look like that. So you can see in comparison here, you've got the turtle that's not necessarily cool or got a million followers or etc, etc. But when it gets in the ocean, it's got the whole world to go at. But this lady here, she may be flamboyant, she may be drawing lots of attention for this one act, but it's a one-trick pony. So I hope you can see the metaphor there. One is about creating well-balanced goals, aims and outcomes. And the other, the not success version, is doing one thing really quite well, maybe draw a lot of attention. But once he's burnt out, it's burnt out. You've got nowhere else to go. So remember, success is an accomplishment of well-balanced goals, S, plural, aims or outcomes. Hello and welcome back. So I hope that metaphor there helped you understand the difference between success and not success. How many people do we know, especially on social media today? They crave those followers. They crave those likes. It's as if everybody else says yes, then they'll feel good. But then how many people, if they don't get those likes, they don't get those comments, they don't get those views on social media, they start to feel a crash. And it's because there are lots of people focusing on that one-trick pony, like the lady on the ladder, which although in that moment in time, if she was in a circus, for example, she would be phenomenal. But if you live your life to climb one ladder, and that's all you focus on, for example, if a person was to crave only money, or only their corporate world, or only their relationship at the detriment of everything else, it can have a devastating impact on the whole of their life. Yes, sometimes we need to focus our attention on one thing over the other because that's how we achieve things. But if our entire life is focused around the achievement of one goal to the sacrifice of everything else, well, I've met many, many people in the therapeutic world over that. And yes, a person can achieve a lot by only focusing on one thing. But I've never yet ever met a person who's truly happy living that way. Okay, so I hope this video has helped shed light on the importance of balance when it comes to achieving our goals in our future. Because if we only have single focus on one thing to the sacrifice of everything else, it really can take its toll on our mental and emotional world. So if you've ever found yourself in that situation, either one or the other of well-balanced goals, or just focus on one thing like I did in the past in my career, then feel free to put them in the comments below, because you never know, what you share today may help somebody else understand their world in a more constructive way. I always say, you never know, your comment may help somebody else's life for the better forever.